Well, hey, Beth. It's Jamie, that's me here. Welcome back to my channel. Listen, let's go ahead and have us a quick chat. Let's talk about some Real Housewives. All right, y'all. First up on the quick chat, we have Miss Dorit Kemsley of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Okay, not some good news for Dorit, and I'm reading from Reality Blurb, and they're saying that Dorit Kemsley is robbed at gunpoint with her kids in the home. Okay, the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star begged for her life as armed men threatened to kill her. Okay, so let's go ahead and read on this article. They're saying that Dorit Kemsley was the victim of a terrifying armed robbery on Wednesday night. According to a new report, the Beverly Hills cast member was robbed at gunpoint by 3 armed men at her $7.9 million home. Okay, she shares this home with her husband, who happens to be PK. He was not at the home at that time. All right, he was away. Now they're saying on October 28th, just hours after the incident, the Daily Mail revealed that Dorit had just recently returned home from a trip to London, where she and PK had attended her nephew's wedding, when the men broke into her mansion through a window in their children's classroom around 11 p.m. Right? I feel like they trailed her. I feel like they probably was watching Miss Girl and they trailed her. That right there seems very suspicious. Y'all had this house available. You knew this lady was not at home. You could have been probably broken her house, but it seems like they kind of like, they knew the layout. I don't know. It sounded like they did. How you gonna break into the classroom out of all the places? Maybe they figured, she won't look there. I don't know. But it's looking highly suspicious to me, and it makes me feel like she probably had been watched. So I don't know, Dorit girl, you may want to check your account, but let's keep going, okay? I could be completely wrong. Now, a source close to Dorit told the outlet that she was asleep at the time that the 2 of the men entered her bedroom. Wait a minute, okay? Placed themselves at the end of her bed and grabbed her, okay? And this is when she said, like, don't hurt my babies, don't kill me, I'm a mother. But the intruders were ruthless, and one replied, kill her. Now, in the 20 minutes that followed the devastating break-in, the robbers ransacked Dorit and PK's home, stealing all of Dorit's jewelry and handbags as Dorit focused on keeping her kids protected. Thankfully, the men never walked into the couple's children's room before leaving the premises. Now, following the incident, Dorit immediately called the police and her husband, who was still in London at the time the incident took place, but has since made arrangements to return to California. So her husband has returned, from my understanding. Okay, the report went to reveal that Dorit is still at home, but noted that she is understandably traumatized, as I probably will be too. Not probably, as I would be too, child. You done came, I'm in here sleeping, you done woke me up out my sleep, snatching on my legs and whatever else you doing. Yeah, that's not making sense. I'm seeing a few comments where people felt like they don't believe it. Okay, some people feeling like they don't believe it. They feel like she didn't have a storyline last year, so she's trying to create a storyline now. Okay, as the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, the women are indeed filming at this time, so people are looking at it like it's a little sketchy. I don't know. Okay, that is to be determined at a later time. But all in all, regardless of what it was, honey, we may not be crazy about some of the people on these shows, as I have not been crazy about Dorit, but I dang sure don't wish no harm to come her way in the way that it has. Hello? Okay, so I definitely don't wish no harm to come upon Dorit, and I really hate that this happened to her, and I can only imagine how she's still feeling about that, because I probably would be shooken up for a minute. And to be honest, I probably wouldn't even want to be at the house, and that's not fair, right? This is your house, but I mean, you was kind of violated in your house, so I mean, who would want to be there? I'd probably be like, give me some time away, because I'm still traumatized, but I'm glad that her husband was able to make it back and to be with her during that time, and I'm glad that nothing happened to her or her kids. That's crazy. Okay, but you all leave your thoughts and comments down below about Miss Dorit, okay, and her home being robbed, unfortunately, and she being held at gunpoint. But thank God she was able to, kind of protect her kids in a sense, so I'm glad that everything worked out in that aspect to where she was able to come out of it alive and be able to tell people what all happened to her, right? So y'all leave y'all thoughts and comments down below. I'm gonna go ahead and transition over to something else. Let's get into Real Housewives of Potomac, okay? Let's go ahead and talk about Dr. Wendy Osefo, okay? Now, all of the ladies of Real Housewives of Potomac were to go to the Real this week, okay? The Real daytime talk show. All of the ladies went over to pretty much spend some time, okay? Some good little entertainment that I will be talking about. But unfortunately, Dr. Osefo was not able to join them due to her daughter getting very sick. And she put this post up on her Instagram to let everyone know. She says, 1 minute, I'm headed to LA to be a guest on At the Real Daytime. And the next minute, I have to rush my daughter to the emergency room. When life gives you lemon, no matter how bitter it is, you make a glass of lemonade. Thankful that my Cameron Capri is making a full recovery, but spending a week in the ICU really puts life in perspective. Good luck to my RHOP sisters and at Ashley Darby, okay, for holding it down in my absence. Special thank you to the amazing doctors and nurses in the pediatric ICU for making our stay as comfortable as possible. God is a healer, okay? So that's what's been going on with Dr. Wendy Osefo. We're not necessarily sure the particulars of what was going on with her daughter, but it's enough for us to know that she was sick, and it seems like things are getting better. So we hope that things continue to get better for her daughter. She was not able to be on the Real, and I believe she was supposed to be on there with Ashley on this particular week. So she wasn't able to do that. So Ashley seemed to have held it down for Miss Wendy, okay? And yeah, so that's that, honey. Seems like she held it down for Miss Wendy, and we hope that everything continues to go well for Dr. Wendy. As we go ahead and switch gears, honey, let's go ahead and get into it real quick. Miss NeNe Leakes and Cynthia Bailey. Now, I came to you guys on yesterday, giving you guys a breakdown of everything that happened between, you know, NeNe, Cynthia, Miss Claudia chiming in. Y'all know NeNe did this interview with Big Tigger, where she was asked some things about her friends being supportive of her or to her during the time that she's lost her husband. And she kind of mentioned something about the flowers being $200 and how all of the ladies pitched in and it wasn't a great idea, whatever. Well, she didn't say it wasn't a great idea, but she just kind of how it came off as though she thought it was cheap. Like, all of y'all got money, so why did y'all need to pitch in to go and get some flowers for me? What kind of stuff is that? All of y'all could have sent y'all own bouquet. Well, Cynthia, she did a few videos, you know, expressing herself. She also went on to Daily Pop, where she did an interview real quickly regarding the funeral disc, and she just pretty much had some things to say, okay? She opened up more about that funeral disc and that she received from NeNe, and she felt as though when all of the ladies came together, I believe it could have been Kenya, Cynthia, Candy, Marlo, she thought that it was a great idea for all of them to come collective, and Marlo was spearheading everything. So it was kind of like Marlo's idea. It was like, okay, great, yeah, sure. Like she said, them sending individual flowers was not an issue for her. They would have done that anyway. But when Marlo mentioned that, she figured that it would be a great thing, considering all of the ladies that were pitching in weren't in a great space with NeNe anyway. So she's looking at it like, oh, that NeNe would think, oh, this is awesome. All of the ladies that I'm having a hard time with, they all came together to do something for me during this time. So she thought that it was a really good idea for them to do that. She also goes on to let NeNe know, you know, in so many words, girl, this was not about you, honey. This was about Greg. So we all came together off of the strength of him. Okay, so there's that, because they understood the bigger picture. She says that she was pretty disappointed to hear the interview and what NeNe had to say, because she thought that both of them were on a better accord. Like, after the memorial, Miss Cynthia went out there, hung out with NeNe. She said she damn near closed down the restaurant with NeNe. They even chit-chatted and texted and talked even after that. And NeNe talked about, I guess, flying out there to where she is and maybe they can grab something to eat and all this stuff. So they've talked about hanging out again. So Cynthia was really blindsided and shocked by the comments that NeNe made, okay, about the flowers and stuff like that, and mentioning how Cynthia didn't even come to the funeral. She came like a week later, right? So she thought that they had patched everything up, but now hearing this, it kind of puts Cynthia back on guard a little bit, like, girl, I don't know how far or where I can take her, so we just gonna see. But I know that I'm at a place where I kind of don't want to talk about this subject anymore. So this is what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that NeNe and Cynthia were able to, you know, hop on the phone, clear some things up, and all be well. But I feel like both of them got a little bit of stubbornness in them, and I don't really see that happening no time soon. But it would be nice if both of them were able to get on the call, hash out anything, okay, any misunderstandings, any miscommunications, and they can be all well as they move forward in the future, okay? But y'all know how I feel, girl. We wish them luck. So good luck. Okay, let's go ahead and move on. Okay, we got to talk about Miss Ashley Darby because she went over to the Real. Okay, I told you guys the ladies were on the Real this week. Okay, Ashley said some things as I sat down and I watched that clip of her being on the Real, and I just wanted to, you know, bring it to y'all. First of all, first things first, Ashley looked good. Okay, when she got up there and sat up there with those ladies, I believe she was, who was she sitting? I think it was Adrian. And was it Garcelle she was sitting with? I feel like it could have been her. It don't matter. It was the ladies of the Real. All in all, just know that Ashley looked good from head to toe. Period. I'm going to give Miss Ashley that. I love the curls of her hair. I loved how bouncy her hair was. I don't know who's doing her makeup. It's probably the same person that did her makeup for the reunion. Flawless, natural, not caked on, not heavy. We love to see it. Okay, outfit cute. I got a similar outfit like that in my closet with the brown color and the like the leather texture. Okay, Ashley had it going on. Ashley was banging. Okay, I tried to get a screenshot of the best photo that I could of her, but you know it's kind of hard when people be talking and stuff, so I tried to get one with her showing her teeth. Okay, because Ashley looked good. Okay, regardless of how I may feel about Ashley on the show, Ashley looked great. Okay, so there's that. Let's go ahead and get into some things. Okay, I'm not gonna jot down, you know, I didn't jot down everything, but just some things I want to talk about. Ashley spoke about her marriage, right? And how she and Michael got stronger after the drama that was surrounding Michael. Y'all know Michael has been out here, you know, physically touching on people. He's been called out on more than one occasion, okay? And she ended up speaking out on her marriage and, you know, talking about how pretty much they don't live in the norm or whatever. You know, she's open about her sexuality, and obviously Michael must be too. And regardless to me how open you are, it does not mean that you get to go around and fill up, touch, or rub up on other people that do not want it, okay? So there's that on that, okay? She speaks on she goes on to speak on how when she was talking about Michael and their relationship and stuff and them not being having a traditional marriage, she referenced her parents, which was very funny because she said that I never seen an example of like a marriage that works or, you know, a healthy marriage or anything, right? And then she goes on to say that her parents are divorced, and I think she said her grandparents are divorced, so she looks to her aunt and her uncle. But I'm kind of like, that don't even, y'all remind me. I'm like, Ashley, girl, when were your parents ever married? That's never what you told us. That's never what you told, unless you had a stepdaddy that you looked up to, because the only thing we knew about your parents was that your mom appears to be mixed and your daddy happened to be white, and your daddy did not want no child that had color in it. Unfortunately, he didn't want no mixed baby, but he didn't mind putting his thing in one. Girl, let me stop. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? Okay, girl, so and from my understanding, your parents were never married. But she just said all of that and just smiled. And it kind of like made me feel a way as I'm looking at it, because I'm like, okay, this to me is an example of how Ashley talks with a smile on her face and be lying right through her teeth. But, you know, a lot of people do it. But I want to hear y'all thoughts and comments down below. And let me know, because I could have sworn her parents were never married. Okay, I thought they knew each other as teenagers and stuff like that. Some point they crossed the line. She got pregnant and he didn't want nothing to do with it. Like he was, I'm out. Peace. So remind me, for those of you other Real Housewives of Potomac fans, hop down in the comments and remind me if I'm missing out on something, okay? Also, let's go ahead and move on. She spoke very highly of Candiace for the most part. She talked about how intelligent and how smart Candiace is and everything. And I was kind of shocked to see that, but I was like, okay, Ashley, I see you. Okay, I thought she was taking the high road, but she wasn't, okay? But she said that, you know, Candiace, she spoke very highly of her in the beginning. She said she thinks that Candiace needs to pretty much work on her EQ, meaning her emotional intelligence when it comes to things. She says that, one thing that Candiace said that really hurt her was when she suffered her miscarriage. She says that Candiace told her Michael was happy. Michael was not sad about the fact that y'all miscarried or anything like that. And that really hurt Ashley, right? I'm sorry. I understand that it hurts because obviously you just suffered a miscarriage. So, you know, I know that's a tough thing. But I kind of feel like when it comes to Candiace, did she lie? But did she lie? Because I don't think she was lying. I feel like I've said that from that moment. Like, it's very, very sad. It's very sad. But I do feel like sometimes guys, they do not want kids. If that happens, like, unfortunately, I feel like they may show you that, oh, I'm sorry, you know what I'm saying? Because it'll be like disrespectful and selfish of them not. But deep down inside, I think they do be feeling like, yes, thank God. I'm thinking about Love After Lockup immediately when this comes to my head, and how one of the characters was pregnant, I think, with twins or something like that, and one of the twins passed. And the guy seemed like he was pretty happy, even though he didn't tell her that. He was pretty happy because he was like, I could barely afford what we got going on. How am I going to afford another? You know what I'm saying? 2 of them at that, right? So that's what I'm thinking. I feel like Michael didn't want kids from the beginning, right? So I don't think that he was very sad about that, but I understand Ashley was pretty hurt by the things that Miss Candiace had to say, right? So there's that. What else did she say? Oh, I thought it was interesting too for her to say that. It really hurt her for Candiace to say that out of her mouth, because it also took me to thinking about Monique, who was, you know, on the show at one point, and Ashley kind of talked about her miscarriage and then relating it back to drinking and stuff. So I'm like, you don't think what you said hurt other people either? Okay, because you do. Okay, I feel like Ashley says a lot of things and get away with a lot of stuff, but for some reason, you know, she doesn't get the backlash that is deserved of her. Okay, I don't be seeing y'all going crazy and attacking this woman all on social media and everything. Like, it's like y'all just overlook a lot of stuff when it comes to Ashley, but never with Candiace. But let's keep going. Okay, now Ashley does say this, right? I believe she was asked about Candiace, and you know, Ashley said if Candiace could just mature a little bit, then I'll be her best friend. This was very interesting to me for her to say, because she also followed it up with letting the ladies know, because they wanted to know, like, what's a surprise from the reunion that you could tell us? And she said, okay, well, I'll tell you this. With all smiles on her face, she says there is a blooming friendship that will take place while on the show, and she says it was a surprise to her and long time coming. And I think, to me, it could be her and Candiace. I'm wondering. Now, it also could be Gizelle and Karen, because you see they both kind of got teary-eyed when things started to happen about Jamal and stuff. So they could be, their friendship could be, you know, getting back on one accord. So it could be them, or possibly could be Candiace and Ashley is what I'm wondering, because she just cheesed so hard. So it made me wonder, like, okay, I feel like y'all may be getting closer. Child, let me tell y'all something. If Ashley and Candiace become good friends on this show, and if Ashley can be trusted, girl, they gonna run these women out. They is gonna run these women out. Y'all gotta let me know y'all thoughts. If these two ladies end up being friends and they could trust each other, and they actually end up blossoming like an actual real friendship, girl, they're gonna be running amok in the palace. Now, I don't know if that would be a good thing or a bad thing. I feel like Ashley and Candiace will give I'm sorry, not Monique, but Gizelle and Robyn possibly a run for their money. I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see how that right there is going to play out. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts and stuff down below. Okay, so there's that on that. I also wanted to highlight, I showed this on my live one yesterday, another reason why I feel like the both of them may end up being friends, just wondering, you know, is because of this image with the both of them hanging out. So both of them hung out with Gizelle. There was another picture of the ladies. You know, Candiace was strutting down the street, down the sidewalk, and you had Ashley right behind her, cheesing, grinning ear to ear. So it could be them. We're gonna see. We're gonna see what blossoming friendship Miss Ashley is talking about once we get to this reunion. All right, so let's talk about Miss Candiace Dillard, who also got a chance to sit down with The Real and Daily Pop. Okay, so she also was on there with Miss Cynthia Bailey. All right, she also spoke on how she's able to accept accountability when needed, and she also touched on the fact that she feels like things aren't, you know, necessarily fair with how they try to tug and pull to get reactions out of her. So you guys go ahead and check out this clip of both The Real and Daily Pop featuring Miss Candiace. Let's get into it.
Well,
all the time.
You pretty much own that you sometimes end up in the center of drama. Like last season it was Monique, and then this season it's Mia.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this personally. Like, if you ever overstep, if you ever made a wrong move, are you gonna own that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that you see an example of that in this season, because I did not know that Mia had what I call mama trauma. She has a lot going on with her mom. I have mom stuff, so I identify with a woman that has moms, and you know, you have mom stuff, we have mom stuff.
Yeah.
And it's, you identify with women that have that. So when I learned that after my your mama joke, I apologize because I don't ever want to put a woman who has mom issues in a position to feel like she is not empowered because it's hard enough. It's hard.
It's hard enough.
It's really hard.
I agree.
Yeah, so I can own it when I have to.
Well, let me ask you this question, both of you, because you guys have both been on reality TV, and it seems like sometimes the newbies come in and they are searching, no matter what it is, they are searching for that moment. That money moment.
Yes.
Well, I can say for myself, Justin, I am the nice one.
Yes.
I am kind, so I am often considered an easy target.
Yep.
Yes.
But, you know, on a show like this, you do have to often, you know, be on the defense all the time because they're coming for you.
Yes.
They're coming for you. Because I mean, you seem very unassuming.
Yeah.
And I watched your progression throughout the show.
Yeah.
You became this.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't want to come for you on any day.
It's unfair because I'm also a nice person. I like to have fun. I'm a girl's girl.
Girl's girl.
I want to have a good time. I want to drink. I want to play. I want to, you know, twerk and have fun.
But once they know you can pop off, that's all
what they're
they
going
want.
for. And it's like, I'm never going to let you son me. I'm not sonable. Don't come for me. Don't play me.
Right.
And if you try to play me, like I said, I'm always home. You can come to the door and get what you've come to get.
All right, so y'all heard those two clips, okay, from The Real and Daily Pop. Now, right before the Daily Pop, when Justin asked Cynthia and both Candiace, you know, their experience about the new girls coming in, Candiace also spoke on her husband, right? She spoke on her husband and how he's often upset with how the ladies may use her reactions to create moments. And he wants her to pretty much get to a place where she stops feeding into it. And I've said that before, and I want her to do it too. Girl, stop. Make these other ladies work. Stop giving them reactions. Stop, like, you know, just ease back just a little bit. Okay? Stop going in so much as you do and make these other ladies work for entertainment. Make them work for their scenes. Period. So there's that. Candiace spoke on her understanding and knowing when to accept accountability when she needs to, right? Because she used the yo mama joke. She didn't know about Mia's mom, and then she learned about her mom, and you know she apologized for that. But we also saw in the trailer where this girl is gonna say yo mama again, and I'm not tripping off of that by any means, okay? Because Mia, you sat up there and called this woman a hood rat, and it's no shade to you at all, okay? But just a little bit, it is. Candiace didn't grow up in no hood rat lifestyle, but I feel like you did, okay? So I guess it takes a hood rat to know a hood rat for you to call this girl a hood rat. So she turned around and said, "Yo, mama." Ooh, yikes! Okay, because she definitely got you accordingly, and I'm not mad at it, honey. But we'll let the haters go ahead and be in an uproar as much as you want to. So what was said was said. Let's move on, okay? So let's also get into Gizelle. Because Gizelle also sat down and talked with The Real, and she also talked with Daily Pop, okay? She spoke on Karen, and she spoke on how she and Karen enjoy fighting and how they respect boundaries and enjoy each other in the fight. But I disagree, because she said this on Daily Pop. Like, you know, me and Karen, you know, there's some type of respect or like we enjoy each other. We respect boundaries and stuff when we argue or whatever. And I'm like, Gizelle, that's a lie. I do not believe that, because I don't think Karen respected boundaries when she sat up there and said that you went to Sing Sing and she said your box was a hot, fiery box, okay? Let's be clear. So I don't understand what that was about, but okay, if that's what you want to say, girl. Anyway, Gizelle also went on to speak on the dynamic of Ashley and Candiace as they were both caught out, okay, the other night having a dinner together because they ended up going out to eat with Justice. So I'm going to go ahead and just play the audio for you guys. All right, so let's get into this.
Now, look, we have watched The Real Housewives of Potomac. We've seen the shade between you and Karen. She said, I got my third eye on you. I feel like you guys are Lucy and Ethel in the sense that you guys love to fight.
And I have a confession before you answer. Okay. You know, I live for Karen and I live for you. Yeah. But why do I live for you and Karen to go back and forth all the time? So I'm here for y'all to go at it all the time. Yes. And I love you both, but I get so tickled watching y'all.
Yes. You know, I think Karen loves to say my name. We have to be clear on that. She loves to say my name. It's a very beautiful name, so I'm not mad at her. But I think she does enjoy it, right? Yes. And I kind of enjoy it too. but we also like when we're having fun. So, like, you do see a little bit of that.
You can put the mess aside to have fun.
And you do want to fight with somebody that knows boundaries, and it's a respect game.
Right.
Like, she can go for the jugular, I can go for the jugular, but at some point we respect each other in the fight.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Respect.
I also think, it's so interesting. We all went to dinner last night.
Yeah.
I know,
And
you keep
we
telling
were
me, and I
supposed to have
wasn't
one
invited.
drink.
And it didn't go that way.
And it didn't go to one drink.
Yes.
But it was so interesting sitting across from Ashley.
Yes.
And watching them connect.
Yeah.
Almost for the first time since everything went down.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful thing to see. I was a little nervous going into that dinner. Were you?
No, because I've been around them off camera before, and they know how to put the guns down too. They know how to, like, let it go and just release and have fun. And that's what last night was about. We were just having fun.
Right.
But, you never really know with those two, because they're two little pageant girls, and they like to fight.
Well, let's spill the tea, because your castmate Wendy, we love all the ladies, but Wendy was on Watch What Happens Live and said that you're the most insecure person in the group. How do you respond to that?
Wendy said that?
That's what Wendy.
So the woman that has gotten her whole body redone. So she got her face done, booty done, but I'm insecure?
Ooh.
Okay, she need to get them feet done. They're real crusty. Okay, maybe she'd be happier.
The finale is this Sunday, and you all had a lot of ups and downs. Your other castmate, Candiace, had a pretty dramatic year. Did you find it hard to stand by her side this season?
Yes. I mean, her mouth is horrible.
Oh.
And I have defended her in the past. But you know what? She's very educated. She's able to defend herself. I will no longer be defending her mouth.
Okay.
She's got it on her own.
All right, so y'all heard what Miss Gizelle said. First of all, let me say this. Adrienne annoyed the hell out of me on The Real with the whole Cardi B costume and the talking and I was like, girl, you overdoing Cardi right now. Like, it was very annoying. That was one. What else did I want to say? Gizelle looked great on Daily Pop. Gizelle, I don't care what none of y'all say. Gizelle looked good. Okay, love the hair, love the bun, love the two little bangs coming down. She looked great. I also think that she nailed her costume, looking just like Vanessa L. Williams. Okay, the first Black Miss America. So yeah, I was like, I see you, Gizelle. Okay, I'm here for it. In the Real interview that she did, she played a game later on where she also referenced Candiace not having no money, because it was like, well, I can't remember what it was kind of like Marry F. Kill, but it really was like shop and do something, mop the floor with somebody and then do something else, right? So she says that she would shop with Candiace, but not for long, because Candiace ain't got no money. And I said, girl, it won't even matter because you don't even know how to dress. So I don't think she'll be shopping with you much longer. What do you mean? And this is what I'm saying, Candiace. Giselle be taking these shots at you, and it's cute, it's great for entertainment, but I need you to know when to draw the line. Since they want you to have boundaries so much on the things that you say, draw the line, okay, on checking them. And when they say stuff, don't let it be just for one person. Check Gizelle when needed, but also draw the line on when you defend people too. Like, girl, I would be just sent back, like, I'm only team Candiace, girl. All this other stuff ain't got nothing to do with me, and I would just let it be. And I also think it's so interesting to hear Gizelle talk about Candiace's mouth, considering the fact that nobody talked about Candiace's mouth until after the incident took place with Monique. That's when I heard people start wanting to say that her mouth was an issue. But it's, for me, Gizelle trying to speak on Candiace's mouth as though it's horrible, as if she hasn't known Ashley longer than Candiace, which she has, as if she hasn't been witness to a lot of the horrible, horrifying things that Ashley has said. I do not like the double standard, okay? So there's that. What else? Was there anything else that I wanted to talk about with about Gizelle? No, I think that was pretty much it. You guys pretty much heard the interview and stuff. Okay, y'all listen to everything that was being said. So now I want you guys to hop down in those comments and let me know your thoughts about everything that I discussed today on the quick chat. I'm Jamie, that's me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.